Okay. Let me... Okay, how do I... There's what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm gonna try and see if I can get this up and going. Hey, somebody's in here. Hey girl, how are you? Hopefully the sound's good. I hope. Let me know if you can hear me well or if I need to be a little bit louder or something. Let me... Hopefully. Okay, awesome. I'm going from one tab to the other trying to update it in the different groups. Since, you know, I had a oops. Hopefully it all works. Because I'm pretty sure the link that I originally posted probably isn't going to work. Oops. Okay, I think... Okay, I'm going to do... Okay, I think it's about as good as it's going to get as far as sharing goes because this thing is trying to slow everything down when I try and do this. So, I'm going to give it like another 2 minutes and then I'll go ahead and get started. But while I'm waiting a few minutes, I can kind of show you guys exactly what I'm doing when it comes to the application for tonight. So, nail tape. This is going to be my first go around with testing out nail tape. So I'm a little nervous and a little bit unsure of myself with it. However, I think it'll be all right. I have a feeling it'll turn out great. So, these are the 2 sets that I'm going to be using. I don't know if it'll focus in a little bit better or not. There we go. That's not that bad. And then this one's pretty easy to see. But they are Munich and Mulberry is this one. And this one is called Love Letter. So this is going to be quite interesting. Sorry guys, it was slowing down on me for a second. Okay, had to fix a couple of things. All right, why don't we go ahead and get started? Let me open these first. The reason I was having issues before is because, for those of you who don't know, I was trying to make it to where you guys would be able to post in the chat. For some reason, it didn't have it set to where it would let me. So I had to basically start a new live to get it to actually work. I think it's because I hit the wrong setting somewhere in there. So, but in any event, I got it working and we're good to go. Hopefully, if somebody uses the old link, they can easily find this one by going to my YouTube page. I hope. Okay, let me finish getting this out of here. Hi, guys. Oh, hopefully nobody heard that. Sorry, I popped my neck. Okay, let me get this open. Now, I will tell you, for those of you who may not know because you haven't hosted a party or for whatever other reason, this is the standard of what comes with every nail set that is ordered on the website. The nail files are always various different colors, different styles, different designs, that sort of thing. Whichever way you want to phrase it, they're all different. None of them are the same. Well, maybe on rare occasion. Like I've not gotten two sets with the same nail file in it. So if that tells you anything. This is an alcohol prep pad. So if you don't want to use the prep pad, you can always just, put a little bit of alcohol on a cotton ball and then do it that way. Either way, whatever works for you. So let's get this other one opened. See, let's see if this one comes with the same one. I bet you it won't. See? Oh, they both got the sticky on. All right, that's all right. I'm not going to be doing a pedicure tonight. If there are people interested in seeing a pedicure application, however, I will schedule a live for a later date and do that one. So let me get these things out of the way. The other thing, for those of you who do not know, there are directions for how to apply each strip to your nails in every single package. Now, I will say they didn't always come like this. They were a lot smaller. They were probably about half the size or close to, like 2 years ago, somewhere around there. So I was really happy to see that changed, because I think it's a great change and it's pretty cool that they changed it. So it's always good when they start upgrading things, and that's my idea of upgrading things. So, oh my goodness. Awesome. Sorry about that, guys. Yay, because, we just had a big whoops. Sorry about that. Pretty much. I mean, it's easy to topple over, mainly because well, I'm sitting on my bed, so of course it's gonna fall over. Okay, let me try scooting it back just a little. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so trying to organize my life here. Very funny, Matt. Yeah, Matt likes to hassle me because I tend to come and hassle him whenever he does whenever he goes live playing one of his games on Twitch. So we kind of go back and forth with heckling each other. It's all out of love, though. Okay. So before we even think about messing with these, trying to get all the sticky off of it, sorry. Okay. There we go. First off, you start with the prep pad. You always start with the prep pad. Like I said earlier, each package, each set that you order comes with a prep pad and the nail file. Yeah, love you too, Matt. And then you just rub it on each nail. Of course, if you're like me, when you get stressed every so often, you bite the sides of your fingernails. Well, not really your fingernails, but fingers. Either way, whatever. Whatever way you want to call it. So, yeah. But I can safely say I did pretty decent for a while. So, there we go. And since I only really need one, I'm going to set this one off to the side. Which is funny because I think I've got like 3 or 4 extras because the older packs used to come with 2 of the alcohol pads in each set instead of just one. Another pretty cool thing that they changed. So, alrighty. What we're going to do is this color is going to go, Munich and Mulberry is going to go on the thumb, and I'm going to use the nail tape to kind of pull it all together. And we're going to put Love Letter, this one, on all the other nails. So, and I went and I basically did my own little manicure earlier today just to make sure everything was all prepped and ready to go for tonight. I left my nails overnight with some nail strengthener on them. That way, because to be honest with you, my nails are really, really flimsy. So, unfortunately, that also means that they break easily. So, yay. Okay. So, because we always do the thumb last, which is some great advice I might add, always do your thumb last when you go to apply them, because you can use your thumb as well as, if you want to, you can also use a cuticle pusher, but you can use your thumb to, press down on the strip to get it completely down onto your nail. It's entirely up to you how you want to do it, though. Yes, Orangewood Stick. That's the name of, that's the other, well, that. Gosh, I'm getting tongue-tied. That is the actual name that I wanted to use, but I had a brain fart. Now, I'm not going to need both of these, so let me put the other one back in here. And if anybody's figured out an easier way to put these back in here, by all means, share it with me, because I usually have to fight with it and fiddle with it to get it to go back in here. And it's almost impossible to pull out one set and one set only. See, I'm struggle busting over here. Okay. Yeah, I'm having too much trouble. I'm just going to set it off to the side for now, and I will fuss with it later. So, let's finish getting this set up. There's the little piece I was looking for. Nope, it's on this side. Go figure. Okay. There we go. You're fine. Ooh, maybe I can get it. Hey, look, look. Oh, I got it. Okay, so I almost had it. See, this is what I mean. It's hard to get them back in there because they tend to bumble up like that. However, maybe, there we go. So if you can find a solid surface and just hit the bottom on it, it puts it all the way down. So you've got the space. And when it comes to resealing these, you can use a straightener. If you're careful enough, and only if you're careful enough, and I would highly suggest throwing a towel over before you put an iron on it, but you can do it with an iron. Or you can get, there's some inexpensive bag sealers on Amazon that you can always go and pick one out. Those will work too. Pretty much anything heat sealable, or not heat sealable, but anything you can use for a heat seal, golden, good to go. So, now, when you start, you're going to figure out which one fits. That one, this one is going to be way too small. So we're going to go one up. And I tend to pull them apart one by one as I figure out which one's going to go on. So there we go. So I'll go ahead and use that one for this. And because, of course, I don't know, I lost my train of thought. Which, of course, anybody who knows me really well knows that I do that a lot. But you take the plastic off first, because there's a little plastic protector over it. And sorry, I noticed the fuzzy on me. Hey, squirrel. Okay. So you just pull this piece off. Now, a lot of people will pull, as you can see, there's this curved spot. There's a piece where you can pull off of here. I personally don't do it right away. I do it when I go to put the other side onto the other nail. So you're about to see exactly what I'm talking about for any of you that are confused. So now, the fun part about this, and one of my favorite parts about these, is if you put it on wrong the first time, like see here, I've got it, there's still a little bit of room right here. You can pull it up with no problem. That's one of the best parts about these. It's one of the many, 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 many reasons why I love them. Let's see, how many times do I have to pull it up before I get it? Let's find out. Grr. Did it again. See, and the funny thing is, this is probably what takes me the longest when it comes to doing my nails, is because it takes me 3 or 4 tries to actually get it on there. So, there we go. Now, when it comes to trimming it off, you can pull straight down if you want to, but it puts you at risk for having like an unclean edge, and you run the risk of not keeping the whole thing on your nail. So I personally take some scissors and clip it right at, basically right at my fingertip. So right here. And then I just push it down and I leave it alone. Now, don't tell anybody, but I'm sure some of you might have noticed this, but for those of you who didn't, the red on here is a little bit lighter than the red that I'm putting on. But it still pulls together pretty nice. See, I just pulled this piece off. Like I said earlier, some people pull it off before applying it on the first one. I typically don't. So, another thing that's easier, at least I think so, I've noticed before, but of course forgot to do it this time. If you have like a little Ziploc bag or something that you can put all of the garbage in, it makes it a lot easier because a lot of this stuff, particularly this little piece that I just pulled off of this right here, it's kind of difficult to get it off of your finger when you're trying to put it in the garbage. So I'm going to do this side next. And a lot of people will sit there and do theirs, like they'll do the whole hand first. They'll do one hand first and then they'll do the other one. I find it easier for me personally to do them both at the same time. So I do the pinky on one hand, pinky on the other hand. And then just push it down. Granted, of course, there's more extra on this side, but it still works. And I will show you later how to get that off of there. Oh, here comes my perfectionist side. You're about to see it. I noticed that this is not all the way on over here. So the best part about these, although I'm pretty sure I've already said that, is you can stretch them just a little bit so that it will go all the way to one side. So if it's a little bit too small, and only a tiny, tiny bit, okay, if it's like massively too small, you're not going to be able to do this like that. However, if it's only a little bit too small, you should be golden. So, here we go. Okay. It's not my favorite, but it'll do. I think I kind of put it on crooked and it's kind of a little bit more difficult now that I've already pressed that part down. I just didn't notice it till the last second. It is what it is. Okay, moving on. So the next thing you want to do is check each one. That one doesn't work, so we're going to move that. That one doesn't fit there. Doesn't fit there. It might fit there. We'll see. So we'll set it off to the side for now. This one. Does not want to cooperate today. Maybe. You know, and I'm almost tempted to put one that's intentionally too small onto here so that you guys can see how, actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, I totally just did that. Okay, so that's not exactly on there all the way, and I pulled part of it off. So you guys get to see how to fix it. What I do is I take one that's too small, and I know it's too small, and I split it. Now, I will tell you this, technically you're supposed to do that before you put the main piece on there. So I've kind of got this a little bit backwards. But I can always fix it by throwing another piece over there. Hey, we all have our mistakes, right? think about it this way. My mistake is you get to learn. So, and for this one, because I know I said I don't normally do that, but because the open spot is on this side, I have to have that over. So I'm going to use this and cover it. Hopefully you guys can see that fairly well. And I'm going to cover it just like that. And sure enough, just like that. Now, I am going to go over on this side. I am going to be completely honest with you guys. I'm totally flying by the seat of my pants when it comes to doing this because I've never really done a live video before. So, and then I'll go ahead and put it over on this side. Bend them down just like I did the last time. And then, because there's still that little bitty piece. Let me see if it'll refocus. There's still a little bit of open spot on my nail. You might not be able to see it, but I can. So what I'm going to do, I need to move that back over here. Did I set this aside for something? Maybe. I don't know. In any event, so because I won't use this in any other situation unless I'm doing another one of these, I'm going to go ahead and use it for this nail. Does anybody else realize what I just did? Because I totally messed up and I just now realized it. So we're going to change this up a little bit. I'm going to do my pinky and my thumb that color. Whoops. So let me go ahead and continue with the pinky application on this. And I'll be completely honest with you, once you pull this off there and you remove the plastic and everything, there's no saving it. Whatever's left is going to have to get thrown away. So the whole other half of this, once I'm done, it keeps sticking to me, is going to get thrown away. However, had an itch, sorry. You know how I mentioned earlier that most of the time you can just lift it up if you mess it up and reapply it? When doing these ones, you can't, because if you pull it up when you've already got that piece on the sides, on both sides, it's not going to come up well, and it's going to bring everything else with it. So just a heads up. It's like Stephanie's tip corner, I guess. I don't know. You guys will probably think of a better name for it than I will. But, so from that angle and from that view, can you tell that there's 3 pieces on there? Or does it all just look like one piece? I'm very, very curious. Because when I'm looking, because over there, this right here is my laptop, and I can see the camera on there. And all I see, it looks from my angle like one piece. So, oh yay, I'm not the only one that thinks so. Okay. Sorry, having issues here. All right. So now we're gonna start the way it was meant to. since I said I was going to start with these, and we'll go, well, let me go ahead and find the thumb one. That one's not going to work. This one will, since I know the other one's not going to. That'll fit perfect. Excuse me. Okay. Is it just me, or did the camera just shift a little bit? Okay, moving on. Let me see. There we go. Yeah, by now you guys already know how that part works with the taking the plastic off and all of that, so I don't have to keep repeating myself. But if you would rather, I'm doing the same thing like I did before, removing that piece. And these, believe it or not, this is the first time I've really messed with these. They look a little thin to me, but it could just be me. I don't know. In any event, oops. Neat. Okay. Too far to that side. See, and this is why I'm thankful that they pull up as easy as they do and pull off how much longer until the intermission. I don't know. Okay. One of the biggest reasons why I'm thankful that I lost my train of thought. So I guess I'm not going to finish what I was going to say. This is not going on right. So I'm thinking, because I don't think it's big enough for me to be able to do the whole stretch it out thing. So I'm going to do it this way. And one of the biggest reasons I didn't just go ahead and cut these out beforehand was because I wanted you guys to see how easy this stuff is. You know, granted, when you have to do stuff like this and when you have to pick the piece of plastic off of your fingers because they get stuck, I lost my train of thought again. Oh my gosh. It's going to take longer. That's where I was going. It's going to take longer. So, what you do, you know, normally with a set where everything goes right, you don't have to reapply anything at all whatsoever. These are a lot more tricky than some of the other sets that I've used. It's gonna take longer. So if it takes longer than like 10, 15 minutes your first go around, don't be surprised. To be completely honest with you, don't be surprised, mainly because it's a bit of a learning curve. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons why they made it to where we can just lift them up again. Just don't burn the popcorn, huh, Matt? Okay. Now, come on, you stubborn thing. There we go. This is not the easiest. Trying to fiddle with these. Like this. For some reason, I'm like kind of having shaky hand issues tonight. And you know how I said that typically you can use your thumb as, to press it down? You don't just have to use your thumb, but it's an option, and a lot of people suggest it, especially a lot of stylists. Like when you host parties and stuff, like Shaylin's currently hosting a party, and she picked penguins for hers, which is awesome. A lot of stylists are gonna suggest, what is with this thing? A lot of stylists are gonna suggest that you, this thing is being difficult. A lot of stylists are gonna suggest that you use your thumb as the anchor. Oh my gosh, I've never had this much trouble with this. It's being difficult. And of course, I finally get it on and it's crooked. Anybody ever seen a color street stylist struggle bus? Erg. This is probably why it takes me about 30 minutes to do mine on a bad day. Even though today's a good day, but not the point. Maybe I'm just being overly perfectionist with it. I don't know. I think I got it. Go figure. I got it, and it ripped. On the plus side, I don't think I'm going to need that little bitty piece that ripped. So, could also use a cheese grater. Hopefully I don't need that little bit. Hopefully. We're about to find out, though. Here's to hoping I get it on the first go. Yes. Okay. So, this is how that looks when you have no other option but to do it like that. Now, I will tell you, up close, if people are paying really close attention in person, they're probably going to be able to tell if they're looking that close. A lot of people don't really pay attention to that stuff, but if they're looking out for it, they're going to see it. So if you get people that say, hey, you left this like this, or, I can see you had to put more than one on here, that's the only reason why. I personally wouldn't look at it as a big deal. I've had to fix honestly, I've had to fix my nails like this in multiple times that I've used different sets. I think a lot of it is because my nails are bigger than some of these sizes. But to answer your question, Matt, that's basically how you fix it for like people that have bigger nails or wider nails or however you want to phrase it. Did I mention I'm extremely particular when it comes to putting these on? Oh, look. Got it on the first go. And yes, Shaylin, you are exactly right. You need positive people in your life. I'll be honest, I was not expecting doing this to take me almost 40 minutes or 40 minutes. But I'm glad you guys are still hanging out with me. Maybe we need to get that the SpongeBob sound clip. 2 hours later. Hopefully it won't be 2 hours later that I get this finished and can show you guys how I'm going to do the nail tape. Because that's really the whole point. I want you guys to see like how I'm doing all of them, not just 1 or 2. I don't know about other people when they do lives to show how to do your nails with these. I personally would much rather sit and show you how to do every single one. That way, if you get stuck or if you have any questions or anything like that, I'm more than happy to answer it. And you get to see exactly how I'm doing each and every single one. So, we are getting close to halfway there. We're almost halfway there because there's 4 out of 10. So, that counts for something, right? All right. Oh, that one's too big. I can't use it. And that one's too small. I can't use it. For for certain reasons. Let me just say it that way. for adult reasons, for adult language reasons, I really want to put the one that says love on this particular finger. I'll give you 3 guesses why. Maybe I can make it fit. Oh, hey, never mind. I can make it fit. That just means this one, this adorable little heart, waiting for it to focus. There it goes. This cute little heart is going to go on my index finger. So I can point with a heart. Oh, you know the perfect person for the for this one? Okay. There we go. Yes. Yes, girl, you know it. Girl, you know it. Trying not to make it look like I'm flipping y'all off. Now, hopefully you were able to see what I did there. There was a little bit still sticking up, and I'm going to show you guys another little trick. I just got to pull it out of this little baggie that's off screen. My little tools and tricks baggie. Got all kinds of stuff in there. But I pulled this nifty little thing out, which is what I use to push back my cuticles. But I did that earlier when I did my little manicure that I mentioned. Now, as you can see, I'm being very careful that I don't tear it, but I'm also trying to push it down. Matt, behave yourself. Okay, I think I got it. I think so. Yep, I got it. If you haven't figured it out by now, I'm extremely OCD when it comes to this. I love when my nails turn out absolutely perfect and exactly how I want them. Then again, what girl doesn't? I mean, if you really think about it, every girl loves when her nails turn out exactly how she wants them to be. Move my foot. My foot was starting to fall asleep. Okay. There we go. Hold that. Push this down like a mad person. Because we. Okay. There we go. Okay. Matt, you know I'm just messing with you, right? Okay. I think, here we go. Okay. So this one is not quite as wide as the other one, nail-wise, not the strip, obviously, because the strip did not change. So our nifty little tool here. Because if you leave, let me see if you can see that. If you leave this little bit hanging out over here, it's going to make for your strip to come up really easily as your nails grow out. So you definitely want to make sure it's completely tucked in, and if there's any extra, just get it off of there. You know, using an orange wood stick or one of these if you got them, one of these nifty little things if you got them, is a great way to get that off of there. Oh, it's creased. I can fix that, I think. There we go. Okay. Well, I just realized a whole other issue. Do you see what I see? Because I see a whole space right here that I completely missed. So, ever so careful. Well, crap. All right. This is not my night. Haha, survival. Alrighty. We are majorly struggle bussing. And this is one of the biggest reasons why I do my thumbs last. Because if I'd have done my thumb first, I wouldn't have been able to peel that up the way I did. Quick and easy fix. Problem solved. And look, it's still long enough. It still fits just perfect. Okay. Now, one of my favorite things about the pointy end of this is I can go through and poke. Oh, I just realized I'm off camera doing that part. I can poke this whole side off of here and then smooth it out. And that's the other thing you can use your thumb for when it comes to it, is pulling that little bit out of there if it gets stuck like that. I'll be honest, trying to do that nail, I feel like it took a good bit of finesse. So, that was a struggle bus if I ever saw one. All right. Moving on to the next one. Oh yeah, I said no, not that piece. This piece. This one. This one. Make sure it's going to fit. And if it's not, yep, I'm going to use this piece. I couldn't decide if I wanted to or not. And I'll be completely honest, this is the first time that I've had to go half and half on this many of my nails. Normally, some miraculous way, I managed to not have to do it like this. But tonight, it's one of those nights where I gotta fix every single one and do it this way. So, it is what it is. But on the plus side, hopefully this will set all of you guys up to know exactly what to do whenever you encounter the same issue. If, let me preface that, if you ever encounter the same issue, because not everybody does, but a lot of people might. But, like I said, not everybody does. Some people are lucky enough to not have to, which I might add is awesome. You don't have to, because it makes it so much easier. But in the event that you got to do it the hard way, which let me tell you, I get a bad habit of doing things the hard way. It won't come off. It's stuck. Okay. Here we go. I'm trying really hard to keep doing all of this on camera. I'm still getting used to trying to do nail application stuff on camera. I'm not used to it because I normally just sit and do my nails. And how funny is that? I actually almost could have completely gone without putting the two pieces on the sides. But since I got it and did it anyways, it is what it is. Hopefully I got that whole part of me fixing that on the camera. If not, I'm so sorry. Let's fix this. There we go. Okay. Now, to do the other one. I might actually be able to get away with only doing this piece on one side. Probably. But in all honesty, I don't know if that would be a good idea. That does not work. Sorry, one of my alarms went off. Okay. Yeah, actually, I should only have to do this one side. So, lucky me. Lucky ducky. Lucky ducky me. Okay. Yep. Almost got stuck. So, let's get that out of the way. Let's grab this. Here's to hoping this goes on right the first time. I'm going to apply it on the far right side where I don't have the far left side. Well, my left. And because I don't know if it reverses it when you're watching it. I'm not sure. In any event, well, I can still see this part right here, and it doesn't really match. The lines don't match, but it is what it is. Frankly, I'm not going to worry about it. Because I'm perfectly happy with the way it looks. So, now we're going to do the thumb. Yay! So, now hopefully this is not going to be that big of a pain in the butt. Hopefully. But we will see. Let me make sure I'm doing this on the video. Something just got knocked over in the other room. The only problem you run into really when it comes to applying these with them being folded over like this is when you go to do different fingers, it gets stuck. Like, I don't know, hopefully it showed it on camera so that you guys could see it, but this part of the Munich and Mulberry actually got stuck to the bottom of love letter that's on my index finger. So hopefully you guys saw that too, so you can kind of catch on to that stuff. If I find a neat little trick to keep that from happening, I will let y'all know. In the meantime, I got nothing. And then, like I do with all the other ones, fold it down. But on the plus side, with this video, you guys get an idea of how long it takes to do something like what I'm doing. Especially if you get sidetracked or if you have issues with getting it put on. Like I have. Because if everything goes wrong when you're trying to apply them, like it seems to have tonight for me. Ooh, that is not going to go completely on there. Okay. This is something I haven't done before. I am going to use this because the problem is my nail is a little bit too long for this little bitty piece. So what I'm going to do is put part of this piece, put part of this piece at the very tip of my thumbnail. And I'll be completely honest, this I've never had to do before. So this is most certainly a first for me. Here's hoping that it goes well. And then if at any point it is too far up, I can just file what little bit is left off of there. There are a lot of firsts with me doing the nail application tonight. Lots and lots of firsts. But that's okay, because isn't that how we learn? When stuff goes wrong, we figure out how to fix it. Uh-oh. Make sure before I apply this, make sure, first of all, that I'm not sticking to myself. And second, that I'm not applying it the wrong way. Let's see. Okay. of course, there's a little bit of a crease. I'm trying to fix it. Not sure if anybody else noticed it, but I did. Let me see if I can fix that one. Nope, not going to be able to fix that one. That's okay. That just tells me to put the nail tape that direction. That's what that tells me. Now, here we go. And you know, I think the biggest reason why when you see different color street parties, the biggest reason why I think, at least I think, the stylists give you so many, hey, here's what you do when this happens or when that happens, is because of what happened tonight with me doing mine. So that's that. Now that I've finished that, I'll go ahead and stay live to do the nail tape so you guys can see how to do that, or just for entertainment, see how how much of a hard time I have getting it on there. But first, what you do, start off with the nail that you started on and just file down. Do it at a downward angle. And don't do it like straight. Don't put the nail file like completely horizontal with your nail pointed, with your finger pointed up, because you'll still run the risk of pulling off part of the very edge of the color. So slant it like this, slant it, but still make sure that it reaches the edge of the nail. And then, well, once I get the rest of these done like that, I'll be able to peel it off the edges like that. But sometimes you just get lucky enough and it comes right off like that. Except for on that corner. Or you could just do like that. Sometimes easier is better. But that's the other bonus, is being able to just get it to come off like this, which actually I don't know why I didn't think to do in the first place. Because never once did I think to do it that way. And I have no idea why. So, just keep doing it to every single one. Usually, this is the most time-consuming part, is getting this to come off. A lot of stylists will leave it on for 30 minutes because that's how long it takes for the strip to cure to your nail before you can like put your hands in water, that kind of thing. Others don't. I personally don't. Even if I'm doing them right before I go to bed. But it's just personal preference. But like I said before, if this is your first time applying Color Street, you're probably gonna have a little bit of a lengthier time with doing them because it's a bit of a learning curve. So I finished one side, now I'm doing the other. I almost started with my thumb. Excuse me. Another easy way to do this is to just hold the nail file steady and just move your finger. See how much easier I'm getting the excess to come off now that I've got a free hand that doesn't have it stuck to it or hanging over like this, I mean. Excuse me for a second. I gotta pause and get something to drink. Oh, there we go. So, and actually this is proving to be a lot easier. Hey, that came right off. And my little pile of garbage sitting over here. Okay, let me fix this. I probably shouldn't have touched it because now it's probably going to topple over because that's just my luck. Okay, there we go. There we go. Hey. See, sometimes this is difficult. Sometimes it's easy. It just, honestly, it really just depends. Timber! I love that. I so love that. Now, see, if Heather was on here, if my friend Heather was on here, she's currently at work, which is why she's not on here. But if my friend Heather was on here, she would tell you about when I did her nails for her. And she had the set called Nuclear Fusion on her nails. And I think she still does. I don't think she changed them yet. But I showed her how easy it is. And doing hers was super simple. Super simple. Like, I can't even put into words how simple it was. It was that simple. And I was pretty quick with it. I think we had to pause every so often because children. But, oh, I didn't realize I had that piece still on there. That's all right. I'll fix it after I'm done with this one. But yeah, it was super easy and totally did not just do that. I totally did not just do that. I did totally just do that. I accidentally scratched it. Maybe you can't tell. Hopefully you can't. Moving on. Because honestly, I'm not even going to stress it. I wish I could hear you yelling it from here. But I can't. Although you could always just text me a voice clip of you saying it. Okay. There we go. So before I start putting the nail tape on, this is what they look like now that they're done. With the exception of this part right here that's driving me absolutely bonkers. There we go. Okay. So this is what they look like fully done before I put the nail tape on them. Okay. Aren't they pretty? I love them. Isn't that the whole point? Okay. So on to the part that I've never done before. This is going to be fun. Because not even gonna lie, I should have looked up how to do these, and I did not. Mainly because it looked simple enough. It looks like one of those just put it on and go type deals. So I'm gonna try it. And hope that I get it right after I fix this. There we go. See, and it's always when you're done that you find... Yes, I just looked at my phone and noticed the message with the video. But I probably should have looked up how to apply this, and I can't seem to... Oh, that's why, because I was picking at it on the wrong side. But what the world? Okay. This is being difficult. There we go. I think. I hope. Yes. Yes. And I was wrong. This is not white. It's like a clear sparkly. But hey, it'll work. It'll do the job I need it to do. No, we're gonna put this like this and go all the way across. And flip right at the edge. For somebody that has never done this before with the nail tape, I mean, I'm pretty impressed, actually. Hang on, it didn't get stuck back down again. Woohoo! But yeah, so I was wrong. This is not white nail tape. It's clear. But it still looks really pretty. And it's got a sparkle to it. So it's kind of like Oh So Shiny. For those that don't know, Oh So Shiny is the name of my Color Street shop. So if you type in colorstreet.com/Oh So Shiny nails, you get me. That will pop up with me as the stylist. It's also the name of my Facebook group, where I post like all the restocks and stuff like that, which I also do in parties. So just so you know, that's what I do. That was a lot easier than I honestly thought it was going to be. And later I will probably dig through and see if I can find some white so I can put the white on this side of the clear sparkly. And then I'll have the red on this side of it. So I'm excited. Hopefully this is actually red, because this thing is like full of surprises. like I said, I've never really messed with nail tape before now, but I've seen a lot of, especially color street manicures being done and pictures being posted online with nail tape included. And honestly, I love them. I love watching them. I look at the pictures. Excuse me. I probably spend, I don't know, 15 to 20 minutes a day looking at manicures. I cannot find the end of this. I think I just found it. Nope, that's not it. It came off the roll. There we go. I fixed it. But I still can't find the end. Okay, so what if what if I make my own? I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? Sometimes you got to make your own end to figure out where to begin. Of course, I'm going to go back probably and listen to this video just because I want to see. I want to see how I did from your guys' perspective. I might do it tonight. I might wait and do it tomorrow. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, there it is. I literally thought that after I dropped it, it went right back down. But on the plus side, it did not. So, why am I going to start? I keep dropping it. I'm not having the easiest time with this, but that's okay. It's all about learning, right? I think I'm just going to find an easier way to do this. And by easier way, I mean cutting a piece of it. Maybe I'll get lucky enough and it will go on easier that way. So, you're about to find out. Line it right next to, no, you're right there. You're fine. Come on. No. Grr. There we go. And then, like I said earlier, if I can find a white, then I'll put it on the other side. So, I think I may have to do a live video again sometime. I mean, if you guys would be interested in checking it out. Because, I mean, I could always do my Valentine's manicure live on here, which would probably mean about 2 weeks from now, I'd probably go live again. Alright, I'm struggle bussing. Was not expecting this to be such a pain in the butt. But it is. Because The colors that I'm planning on using when I do my Valentine's manicure, for those of you that are curious, are oh, what was the name of that one? Bloody Gorgeous and Heart of the Matter. Heart of the Matter is for those of you who have seen the ad with the Valentine's pictures with the Valentine's sets on it that display all of them. It's the red and black, what's that word? Not silhouette, but basically it fades from one color to the other. I can't think of it. I'm struggle busing here. But and it's got the different pretty color hearts in it. Gradient. There it is. But yeah, it's got like the gradient type deal going for it. I know there's another word for it, and I can't think of it for the life of me. But now, for those of you who have the Clear as Day sets, for those of you who have like the Color Street Clear as Day, right about now, I would suggest putting one over when you do something like this. Since I don't have it, I'm going to put this on it. Because I had a fail, and the last time I placed an order, I didn't think to order Clear as Day. So, I'm going to wind up putting this on it once I'm done, but before I do that, I want to check to see if I've got a white, but I'm going to do that later. And I will be sure to post pictures once I'm done. Unfortunately, the reason I can't find the white right now is because to do that, I would have to move the camera and go through the nail case that's underneath where the camera's sitting. So that's why I'm not doing it sitting on here. But these, I'm going to put these back in here. If you guys want, I'll be happy to also do a quick video later of how to seal these with the straightener. I don't feel comfortable enough trying to do it with an iron, and I don't have any other type of sealer to be able to do it, so I choose to use my straightener. It works for me. It may not work for everybody, but that's what works for me. So, and going back to the whole taking 30 minutes, excuse me, for the nails to cure. Basically, once they cure to your nail, then, you know, you can stick your hands in water. You can pretty much do whatever you want. But if you put your fingers, like if you put your hands in water before that, there's a possibility that they won't stay properly and that they won't adhere correctly. So that's one of the biggest reasons I really, really suggest giving the 30 minutes. You know, don't put lotion on right after you're done. Don't put cuticle oil on right after you're done. I typically will put cuticle oil on after the 30 minutes. And if I'm doing them right before bed, like is suggested a lot of times because everybody's busy constantly, always on the go. And if you do them right before you're on the go and you wind up sticking your hands in water, you know, you're going to have an issue. But if you wait and do your nails right before bed, you don't have to worry about putting your hands in water or anything like that because you're sleeping. So easiest way to do these, do them before you go to bed. That way when you wake up in the morning, you're ready to attack the day and basically take on whatever comes your way. So, I'll go ahead and I'll record a video and post it either later or tomorrow morning sometime, or sometime tomorrow at least, and show you guys how I seal these with my straightener. That way you can get a decent idea of how to do it. I don't know if anybody else does videos like that for how to seal them with the straightener, but in case you need it, I'll go ahead and do it. That way, you know, you can come back and find it anytime you need. But this is the final product of how it looks now that I've done all of it and done the thumbs. Like I said, once after I shut off the live, I'll go ahead and see if I can find the white, and if I can, then I'll apply it. If not, then I'll go ahead and do my top coat and then go ahead and post a picture. So keep an eye out for the picture, even though you guys saw them right here. Sometimes the picture will show differently, but that's pretty much it. And I'm going to go ahead and stick the rest of these in here because you can use them later for accent nails. But that is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I will make sure to save the video so that even if you missed the live, you can always come back and find it. And for those of you that didn't miss it and want to go back and watch because you missed something or whatever the case may be, it's always there. So thank you guys for watching, and I will hop back on again probably in the next couple weeks. So I'll try and see if I can do like a regular thing. Alrighty. Thanks, guys. Good night.